Hello all of my Crash Bandicoot fans, and welcome back to part 5 of Let's Play Crash Bandicoot 2 and Sane Trilogy, where we now move on to doing the mountain warp room levels. So we are now in the 4th warp room, so the first level we are going to be doing, of course, is Hanging Out. And there isn't a cutscene this time, which is quite surprised me, because usually there is, but I think this is the only warp room in the game to not have cutscenes, so what we're going to do now is we're going to jump into the first level, which is going to be Hanging Out, which is another sewer level, of which I am quite a big fan of the sewer levels in Crash Bandicoot 2, so that absolutely suits me. So anyway, here we go with that. So we've got a flamethrower right at the start, so I suppose this could easily trick some first time players to where you could just run straight into him, which is very easily done. But you do not know what to expect in this world. And there is one thing I'm going to say, and this world is a lot more tricky in n.sane Trilogy as it is in the original game, because the controls have kind of screwed it up, which is a real disappointment for me. I'm sorry for the odd sniffing noise, because I have had a cold quite recently, and I do have one or two allergies because it is the summer now, so maybe my voice won't sound as good, but hopefully you still hear me totally fine. So anyway, we're in this new nice section here with the lava, and you know, it's sort of like glowing pipes, which are made look like sort of like a pink and purple in my previous part, which was a trippy second warp room, which was inspired by Trippy Spyro, which is a series that Noelle's doing over on her channel, by the way, which I believe are linked in the description to this video, so if you check out part 3 you should find it there. But this warp room is quite long, so what we're going to do with this, I think we're just going to do a few levels to start off with, and then we're going to move on to doing the especially Diggin it, because Diggin it is a really hard level in my opinion. And then we're just going to complete the rest, similar to what we did with Warp Room 1. And I'll say this warp room is quite long, so I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to organise and publish Crash Bandicoot 3. But we've also got to get the relics. I'm actually thinking of getting all the crystals and gems to begin with, and then getting the relics, because that's all what can really make sense, you know. So it's going to be one part crystals, gems, one part relics, if you know what I mean. So there'll probably be 2 parts back to back, where I'm doing the crystals and relics. So this is the main part that got screwed up in my opinion. You've got to like jump singular over that one, and then you've got to get your jumping super precise, because as I say, this bonus round is way harder in n.sane, like I said, and that just proves it, because same as some other people have told me, I think it were in Discord, Prime Autist pointed out that they kind of ruined, or totally ruined Crash 2, and I kind of agree with him, because I mean, I much prefer Crash 2 in the original, but Crash 2 is by far my all-time favourite, so I am not meaning to critique it, but and I've done the same mistake again. But I'm kind of like making one or two sort of like tiny, maybe nitpicks, I don't know, observations maybe. I know I still love the game to pieces, it's just the controls are much better in the original game, especially with this one. It doesn't seem to make a difference in this game up until the 3rd warp room, this warp room though, so I meant the 4th warp room. Oh no! This is like the 3rd time in a row! But as I was saying, this isn't too bad n.sane, you know. Warp rooms 1, 2 and 5 are okay, apart from maybe the polar levels and what's the other one? What's the night level called? Totally Fly. Because there's another nitro box trick you gotta jump, which has kind of been made difficult now in n.sane, but Crash 1 is definitely an improvement in Sane Trilogy. Definitely is. You know, I'm strong to the point on that one. And Crash Warped has done a pretty good job as well. They definitely haven't done anything bad to that one. It just seems a shame that they seem to have sort of messed one or two things up with, and I'm gonna die. Oh no, that was very lucky. And now can I make it back without getting stunned, because there's a secret exit and I'm doing really bad today. I don't know why. I probably woke up with a headache this morning because of cold, which is cleared now, but I'm kind of like a little bit dizzy and disorientated because of it all, and if you probably understand, but anyway, this section here, which I never understood when I was younger, and by younger I'm on about like 14-15 years old, I always thought you had to have like 3 Echo masks or something. Well, 2, because otherwise you'd be invincible. And you had to get hurt a few times, but no, you could actually press the circle button and avoid them, which is kind of cool. And here we go, this is a secondary exit to the level, which should now take me to the totally fly level, which I've just previously mentioned, so. But we're not going to doing that level yet. Same as the hard to bear level, I believe it's called. Totally bear, that's it. Hard to bear, totally bear. 2 different things. How am I doing this? How am I forgetting certain level names? I have no idea, but anyway. Oh crap, I forgot to calibrate my button press sounds and commentary sync, so just do that real quick. Because I do record commentary with my phone, like I might have previously mentioned, so I have to kind of like line it up after I've edited it in Audacity and put it into Sony Vegas, which I use to edit, which is arguably the best video editing software out there, in my opinion. Some say Adobe Premiere, some say or Adobe Premiere Pro, whatever it's called. We have also Final Cut Pro, iMovie, you know, because Macs are a good platform for editing videos and stuff like that, which I do know one YouTuber who does use a Mac, even though they're not best for gaming, but they are actually pretty good for video and music production and stuff like that. So, and if you're a small content creator, Macs are definitely the way to go, even though they're not the best gaming machines. But, and there are a lot of like fanboys out there saying Macs suck, they're not for gaming, they're overpriced pieces of junk, they're garbage, they're not gaming machines, get the hell out of here, you know, that sort of thing. But no, I mean, to be honest, we had Macs in high school and I kid you not, they were really good computers, and we was running probably the best macOS operating system ever to be released, which was macOS 10.6 Snow Leopard. And also at the same time, Windows 7 was the operating system, which are probably arguably the 2 best operating systems of all time, so I say Windows 7 and macOS 10 Snow Leopard will always be my 2 favourites, and I've screwed up getting that jump, so now I can no longer go up there to get that box, so them lives, which I never known were there until Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy, but actually as it turns out they are in the original game, which is pretty cool. So as I was saying, I loved macOS 10.6 Snow Leopard, and the main thing I used to love the most about it was, this is where the immature me comes out again, I used to type things in to the text box, and then used to sort of like right click it, well it's alt click on a Mac, go to speech and start speaking in the class and make it make it read out probably the most hilarious comments and made the whole class laugh again, which is I've told you I used to love doing in high school. The main thing I used to do was used to type this one. We had this one maths teacher in year 9 called Mr. Ponko, which was Ponko, which is sort of like a weird and unusual name, but I used to type his name in like, let's say 100 times, copy and paste it 100 times, and then I'd used to highlight it all, take, let's say, what's it called, start speaking, you know, right click, and then it'd go, but it used to go, I can do it. He used to read it like really quick, and he used to make like the whole class chuckle. Obviously that teacher did not laugh at that, but I thought it was really funny. But he always like used to get told off in his classes, and he always used to get sent out, so I mean, it's nothing unusual, and as I've said before, this is not something I should be discussing and be proud of in my Let's Plays, but you know, I want to share more personal kind of stories as well as focus on the gameplay, which is kind of cool thing to do, in my honest opinion. And also, I used to write loads of stories and poems as well. I used to make it read them out, and you'll never guess what they were about. They were all toilet humour related stuff. And I've died, which I did not want to do because I was too busy talking, and now I have fouled the death route. So what does that mean? I am going to have to exit the level now, and I'm going to have to catch back up with you all as soon as I get back to where I was. So we're just going to re-enter the level real quick, and we're going to get back to where we was, and we will resume the subject I was talking about as soon as we get to the death route, because you know, it requires concentration. So I will see you all back there. Okay, so I thought I'd put this in right now because we're now back in the bonus round. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a round 2 at trying to get them crates that were up high up there. So, well, not crates, but lives. Imagine if there were crates. That would probably be a challenge that some of the expert Crash players like Mr. Bean would want to do. But anyway, here we go. We've got the lives this time, which is super cool, which is not what I used to do before. So that's that. We managed to do the bonus round properly this time. So now we'll just try to get onto that death route. So I think we are now back on the path that we were on before, if I don't screw up again. So we can now go back to where we was, and hopefully this time we should be able to grant access to the death route, which is always really tricky to get to because it's probably my least favourite level. But as I was saying before, now that we are actually in the death route, I used to be an absolute sort of like mischief sort of like student, because I always used to like write these sort of like everything sort of like toilet humour related stories, poems on the computer instead of actually doing my classwork. You know, let's say one day the same Mr. Ponko again, the same maths teacher, went through all my files looking for something I lost, and they were like, stumbled across them, and they were like, hang on a minute, what is this Hubble Bubble Toilet Trouble file doing on here? What is that? I'm like, oh, it's just a poem I wrote. You know, that sort of thing. And he's like, no, you can't have that. I've just read through that. No, you can't have that. You're gonna have to delete it. And I'm like, no, I put lots of hard work into writing it, but I was forced to delete it and empty my recycle bin, which left me absolutely gutted. But you know, life kind of sucks in certain ways. But not to worry, because I only rewrote them again. So, not always lost. In fact, I probably still have them saved on my computer. But anyway, enough on that. Because we have better things to be doing right now than making toilet humour jokes, so during a Let's Play, but I'm telling stories about my class, so I wonder if we can make it back to where we was before without getting hurt again, which I highly doubt, and I knew it, I doubt it, because there is actually a secondary exit to this one as well, so As I say, this is probably... Oh no. I'm not doing too well today, so... We'll now exit the level the secret way, so now we can go back and get that other gem in Road to Ruin. So this part probably won't be too long for today, even though I did make a few screw-ups and mistakes in the level Digging It, which is nothing to be surprised at all.
Crash, I haven't got much time. Cortex has almost completed the new space station. Something's not right with his statements. Beware the tricks he's trying.
So here we go, we're going into Road to Ruin now. Which is a super fun level, especially with us going in the secret way. So now we get to see the full complete level, except from the death route, because we're not going to bother doing the death route because we've already done the death route previously, even though I could have saved it for this part, but you know, never mind. And we have these sort of like statues here which do not breathe fire, which is quite rare. And in the original game, if I'm not mistaken, you could actually slide spin jump all the way across. I'm not sure if you can do that anymore in n.sane, I'm sure you can. And you know, speaking of that, I think at the end of this part we're actually going to try that to see if you can do that, because I'm pretty sure you can, because even though it might be a bit more challenging, because I did it a lot in the original game, you know, skip, same for the gem skip in the level Snow Go. So I didn't have to go the secondary way through that, so I could just kind of like glitch and get the gem, which that glitch is no longer valid in n.sane Trilogy, like I previously said. And I just got hurt for a very dumb reason. And that's another cool thing as well, if you stand in the middle of the crate, which is like an outline crate which has not been yet activated, it doesn't activate until you exit the crate. Whereas I think in the original game the crate would sort of like explode when it stood in the middle of it. Not like a TNT, but it'd sort of smash and break like it would a normal crate, but I think we're on the right path now to completing this level at least. I say it would be dumb of me to have a death in this level. Although we'll see the bonus rounds in these ruin levels are pretty tricky. I say, as Ashley Brianna pointed out in one of my Let's Play parts of Crash in the comments, she says that she really rages at this level. Which I can kind of understand if she's speaking about the bonus level, the bonus round. And that was terrible. Can I, yes. So slide spin jump works along that. Although we managed quite well in the bonus world level today, which is... Well, I said that I was, but... I think I got distracted again, because I mean the commentary today has been probably too much of the running commentary, because... But anyway... Speaking about random stuff, let's say like operating systems and my maths teacher Mr. Ponko, as well as my obsession with writing lots of toilet humour related stories and poetry during class when we was meant to be learning about, I don't know, algebra and Pythagoras, but well, who cares about them? I mean, what are you going to use them in the real world for, you know? If let's say I'm especially wanting an IT career, but yes, this is a very poor attitude to learning. You should not be influenced by me, because I mean... But hey, at least have I spirits in this part of my Let's Play. It's not one of them quiet, boring parts, you know. And I am going to record another Let's Play part after this. I think I'm going to record Scorch from Spyro 2, the Untitled Trilogy. Not the Scorch boss from Spyro 3, but which is probably my favourite boss in Spyro 3, but anyway. that is now the third warp room fully completed apart from relics. I might go back for relics later on, you know, after I've completed these Let's Plays. I might go back and try to get some relics. You know, while we're waiting for the Crash, because I want to start my Crash Warped and Spyro 3 Let's Play together, so that could be an idea. Oh, I could activate the clock when I won't lose any lives when doing this. I know I've got 99 lives, so that's clearly not a problem. But anyway, that is that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try the slide spin jump. See if we can make it across. No, it didn't work that time, but first try, you know what they say, only a practice. So what we're going to do now this time is, and my voice might sound a little squeaky and annoying today because, as I say, I've got a cold, but anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to try to see if we can slide jump over to this other part over here. And that was totally messed up. Because we have got some time left, because as I say, I do not want to make this part too short. Almost. Because I know a lot of people said in the Crash Bandicoot fan club page over on Facebook, where this game was released, a few weeks after this game was released, that they can't get the slide spin jump to work, and that was so close. I think we're going to have 3 more attempts at it, and then if that doesn't work, I think we're going to leave it at that. And I kind of jumped in the air then, that was really weird. That was so close. You know, I've got to keep kind of like trying at this. I don't know if bouncing on the enemy is going to help or not, because that could actually help. Anyway, here we go. Oh, so close! Right, I'll try that one more time, because, you know, we're getting closer every time. Oh, nearly. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to make a cut, and then when I do it, I'll meet you back there. Well, it's getting close every time, that's one thing. Oh. Ah, what was that? Oh, I don't think it's going to work, is it? Final try. Can I do it? No. So I've been trying about 25 times and I think it's not going to work. But if I find out later on, I will definitely update you on this. So anyway, this has been part 5 of Let's Play Crash Bandicoot n.sane Trilogy, which is of course Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, my favourite Crash game. But anyway, I think we're going to leave it at that for this part. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will indeed see you all in part 6, where we do Cold Hard Crash, probably one of the hardest levels in Crash 2. So, I'll see you all then.